Look, I've been out the way, but whenever Griselda drop, that's the bad signal for the channel. You know I gotta pop out. Griselda's been absolutely running the underground rap scene for going on 5 years. And while Westside Gunn's definitely been the face of that movement, I think no one embodies that movement better than Benny the Butcher. When he's at his best, I think he's the most talented out of the main 3 Griselda members. The combination of his lyricism, his gritty storytelling, authenticity, and he can punch a little bit really makes him special. This project here should be an interesting one. Griselda definitely has a signature sound, but they for some reason been hell-bent on doing mainstream crossovers. Now Conway typically sounds good when he does it. Westside Gunn, I don't even want to get into it. Now Benny the Butcher, he's sort of been in the middle where when he does it and gets into more of a trap bag or a more polished sound, it generally sounds fine, but it's not quite as good as the traditional Griselda sound. For that reason, the fans normally like when he stick to his guns, but this joint right here is like when the racist dudes did the 3/5 compromise when this country was formed, where half the albums produced by Alchemist, and what more can I say, when Alchemist and Griselda get together, it's normally fire. And Hit Boy, who produced Burden of Proof, that I think was a little lackluster, but overall I think Hit Boy is a talented producer. Although he probably doesn't mesh with Benny the best, I think they're certainly capable of making something special, and that dynamic between Out beats and Hit Boy beats should be fire. Let's get to it. I think I like these keys. Unless I'm imagining stuff, there's a really faint layer of this bubbling sound effect under here that sounds like signature Al, but other than that, it sounds like a beat that's a little bit more in Hit Boy's lane.
There's a story behind that name when they call me the Pyrex Man. Like them 2 bricks from Doug and Poppies from Kazakhstan.
Hey, he took it back to the OG Benny. He mentioned Doug. He had a song going, My First Brick, his first Griselda project, called Me and Doug was his first plug.
But I know fat.
Bars.
I never sold meth, but I know fat. 1,000 yens. You go D'ing off this shit if you bag and don't wash your hands. Me, carry-out and gullible. I lived it with a mother who struggled through addiction. I know every side to drug abuse. For
that struggle through drug abuse, 3-syllable back-to-back rhyme scheme. That's that lyricism.
Auntie spent the 30 on that rock, and the nigga who served her, a plug who thirsty for that knot. The dealer who fronted that birdie, he murdered for that guap, that was me. But now I'm currently trading currency for stocks.
That's so fire. That's fire. He had that whole storytelling following this dude fronted the brick to this dude who fronted the bricks to this dude.
The Don of our Dons, YSL and Bond number 9, living proof. Sign of the times that hate won't bother your grind. I feel like West on Gustavo, the cocky, confident side. You look a killer in their face cause they say that I still don't lie. I'm hearing rumors start to fly that we split the triangle now. And he talks to that's maniacal, but y'all buy it though. Why? I'm still like,
hey, don't blame us, blame Conway. He was sounding depressed every time they mentioned Griselda a couple years ago. But I know y'all good. What about Mott though? Is he still Griselda?
Disrespectful. This sit these niggas next to Butch, so I'm shitting around these pussies just like an all-gender restroom. Trips to Bahamas, y'all talking shit from the comments.
That's so stupid. Next to these pussies like an all-gender restroom. That's stupid. I actually like that line. That's like a fancier, more well-thought-out version of something that Brown Wayne would say.
Still no license, running lights. I let you pick the gun and knife. Shay said this, no one is nice, and that
that's
nigga
a good flow right here.
So fuck you twice.
Hey, this what we in for this project? We got something. I think that's a super strong opener. I think the beat was good. Didn't have a ton to it, really just that piano sample and a pretty basic drum pattern. But I think Benny easily carried with the rapping. I think content-wise, Benny normally gets into 2 different bags. He has one lane where it is the gritty, grimy, selling drug imagery, put you right back on the Montana block that he grew up on. And then he also has this mob boss kind of Rick Ross-esque lane where he raps about how he made it in the game and now he's rich and he's either dropping jewels of back when he was in the game or he's giving you details of that luxurious lifestyle that he lives now. But I think it's really interesting when he can give glimpses of both. The content here was mostly street talk, storytelling, putting you back when he was dealing, but he had glimpses of showing you his lifestyle that he has now. And the way that he weaved in between both those things was so effortless. I think all the imagery and the storytelling was super vivid. And then the technical rhyming, dog, was special. Benny gets undeserved hate when people say he gets the same flows. So I like the fact that he flashed a couple here. All of it had a methodical pace, but there was enough variance in there to keep you entertained. And then I think he's an absolute master when it comes to rhyme schemes. Fire opener. This is BRON.
Down for you niggas. The butcher
I like this vocal
I'ma surprise you niggas. I've been on So long, people starting to hate it, they feel scorn. I see the looks on all their faces and I'm was warm. I'm back in championship condition. I can't resist all this winning. It's like me and success built a bond. So let's stay brief.
I think this stop-star BRON motif that he used at the end of every bar is pretty interesting. It comes with a cost because you're not getting the lyrical acrobatics that he showed on the first song, but I'm super interested to see where it goes.
I made my bitch so bad that an ex can't speak. The only way to make a litter is a sex tape leak. A little porn.
I like that.
I'm just fucking around. Wait, bitch, I probably meant what a brick cost. I'm in a 5-star hotel suite with a Swiss broad. Then I'm gone. Pinky ring of a dawn. Bad boy like I'm Sean. I'm like Golden Eye Bond. That's 20.
I heard way too many bad boy puff flips. No, Benny, leave that one alone.
I'm scoping out harm, so how you niggas gon' hide from us with polka dot song? You niggas is drawn. You probably heard when I got shot. I brought a rollie, AP in the Cardi after that watch. I've been back home 50 times since all the rumors. I'm chilling. These killers with me keep asking me what we doing.
Hey, production-wise, I ain't gonna lie. I got Hit Boy up 1-0 over out. I ain't see it coming, dog. That smooth little vocal sample was my favorite part of the beat, but I also like that low pitch, low register horn that was under it. Drums were just cool, but overall I'm rocking with that beat. Benny I got slightly mixed feelings about because I prefer when he gets in his more lyrical playing with the different syllables or his more vivid storytelling bag. He was talking slick on here and he had a bunch of nice little brags in there. I also like that BRON flow that he had from start to finish. I think the way he crafted that flow is displaying some of the best musicality I've seen from him. So overall, I don't think it had the same level of lyricism as Jermaine's Graduation, but I do think we got different things with the musicality, the flows, even the production. I think it's a good song, but I still prefer Jermaine's Graduation. This is Big Dog.
The big dog, the butchie. You know, right?
Dog, that sample, man, when you take a sample and throw it in reverse, I think that's one of the coolest, coldest songs in rap. It gets to be such a unique sound. It sounds off kilter, and this sample in particular made the song feel so grimy. That's tough.
King of New York, a Buffalo nigga. Okay, I said it. I hear you rappers claiming the crown. If you want it, you gotta come get it. Yeah, new AMG kid rapping. Hold up. Oh, I want that new 911. Walking that bitch, spinning niggas who like to buy guns and nice on infinity links. Working the pot. No, that ain't water. It's Monster Energy drink. You probably know me from narcotic dealing. I can't go back.
But other than that, I was kind of not impressed by the rhyme schemes right there.
If we ain't the mob, you tripping. I paid for titties and kids tuition. They made my homies celebrities. Took them on tour with me fresh out of prison. Got 2 hoes on my line and I don't hit neither back, cause I ain't with it. One fuck for money, one fuck then want some money, so it ain't no difference. And the last hoe to try to run that game on Butch, the hoe got ghosted. Then she tried to extort me with a pic and I said post it.
Hey, this man in his Drake bag right here, he been talking about his girl for about 5 minutes.
I guess it's how I feel to be a big dog. I'm a long way from that brick of fed. No, made my driver wait outside while I hit raw. Niggas play with Butch and hit that brick wall.
Bro, that's the kind of chorus you come up when you 14, dog. That ain't it. That chorus so lazy, dog. It's crazy that a well-crafted, it's not really a chorus, but a well-crafted flow like the joint on BRON, and this is one song apart.
Our name's the Buffalo, big dog, Siberian husky flow. I've been a big dog since a puppy though. My kennel was a bungalow. You could walk the dog, I still running, so run from me. Niggas that be balking turn to hush puppies.
That's so fire, dog. Lil Wayne came out here spazzing, dog. Every single line had a dog tie into it. My kennel was a bungalow, my house was a bungalow. The walk the dog line, but if you barking, still playing the whole dog thing, you turn into hush puppies, which is wordplay because hush puppies technically ain't a dog, but that's so hard. That's an opener.
Fuck money, I throw bread out like I'm duck hunting. Bitches on me like fleas, but I don't need no bugs. Bunny Tunechi.
Bro, I've heard this song. I've reacted to this song. This is still ridiculous, dog. That man hit the time machine. Bro got into that Dedication 2 and Drop 4 bag right here. The way that those punches weed into each other is nuts. So you still got the dog scheme going on. The F money throwing bread, throwing money like I'm duck hunting. When you throwing bread to attract the ducks so you can shoot them. And then the women on me fleas, but I don't need no bugs, bunny. That that plays into the duck hunting line, because they had that famous scene where they was arguing back and forth talking about duck season and rabbit season. Bro is going crazy.
Doobies looking fuller and the jewels be full of boogers. Diamonds cover the watch face like a Sunni and a Muslim. Got the hoochies and the hookers with the
fire. That's so fire. The Sunni line, that's a reference to a burqa, cover the watch face.
Your female dog suck my cocker spaniel. That's the dog hoe. I smack the dog shit out your dog though. For that doggy bag, I sing your ass where all dogs go.
That's how I feel to be a big dog.
That's so
I'm a long way from that brick of fed. No, man,
Hey, this was sports. Lil Wayne would get drug tested immediately. He lost his mind on this song. The wordplay was OD. This is legit one of the best verses I've ever heard from Wayne, and this is including Prime Wayne, not Prime Wayne, Modern Wayne that's been on a tear. The fact that he took that dog scheme from start to finish was crazy, but the punches he had in it, the duck hunting line, the cocker spaniel line, the hush puppies line, bro lost his mind. I think there was some good flows in there too, some good rhyme schemes in there. Benny got carried in the song a lot. I think his verse was not really it. This is kind of that light, lackluster, watered down Benny that we can get when he gets away from that Griselda sound. That ain't what the Benny stands want to hear, but that's what y'all need to hear. The song had a trap vibe to it, and Benny matched it with some trap inspired flows. And when he gets in that bag, it just seems like he has to sacrifice a lot. The content from the rapping was, if you put it in context with other rap, especially mainstream rap, it just sounds generic, especially compared to like Jermaine's Graduation. Flows weren't anything special. Rhyme schemes definitely weren't special. But as mid as the verse was, it was like Nas's verse on Verbal Intercourse compared to how trash that chorus was. Look, everybody can't go, and every bar can't go, every chorus can't go. Some stuff you got to scrap, bro, and start over. But that said, Lil Wayne on this song was Patrick Mahomes going to the Super Bowl with Kadarius Toney and MVS. Bro pretty much did it himself. Fire song. This is Everybody Can't Go, the title track. I don't think I'm gonna like this big.
This for y'all. First I made a couple dollars, then my status changed. To let them know that I'm thankful, I'm giving back the game. Shit, all I did was stack and pray. I'm from the jungle where niggas count war wounds as accolades.
I don't know why, but man, every time he get on the track with Hit Boy, he just loses his rapping powers. I mean, this is a 3-syllable rhyme scheme, yes, but it's no internal rhymes there. It's what I mean when I say it's fine, but doesn't sound as good.
The greenhouse growing packs, the farmer cutting hair off and like Doja Cat. Gotta be a hustler, wanna stand on the side.
Hey, maybe I spoke too soon. That bar is hard. The farmer cutting weed off of, like the hairs on the weed, he's shaving it off. That's fire.
Buck 20 in the whip when I'm planning a 5. The only time you did that was in an ambulance ride. I remember the first time I got my hands on a pie, I broke it down and sold it 1 gram at a time.
So there's no internal rhyme right here, but I can deal with this because it's a 4-syllable. I know it's only 1-syllable difference than a 3-syllable rhyme scheme, but hey, it make a difference.
I'm no ginger ale, but I could have bled Canada dry. Hit a money counter running and my stamina rise. Butch, sat up all the rappers I inspired out here. Sound anything like Griselda, sound right here.
Hey, everybody trying to sound like Griselda, but Griselda.
Rocky relationship with the game like Iverson and Larry Brown. These niggas think I get these dollars to stunt. Yeah, but like my daughter going to any college she want. But I told her fuck school cause the cash ain't worth the pay.
Wait, what?
And your pop.
It's mixed signals, my boy.
Fuck I'ma do next, they guessing, up wondering. Know I'ma win like the election if Trump run again.
I've been on the grind so long.
Hey, man, here to double down, dog. They gonna put Benny on the Trump rallies like they did Lil Pump.
I've been on the grind so long, no help, did it all on my own.
I don't really like where this is going. I haven't really been impressed with Benny's last 3 performances, including this song. The rapping here is pretty good, but I don't think most people who are Benny fans are Benny fans because he raps pretty good. I mean, Westside Gunn, I'm okay with him rapping pretty good, but Benny, there's a certain caliber of lyricism, of storytelling, of vividness, of punching, because here, even some of the punches were a little light. Like, for example, the I could have bled Canada dry line. No ginger ale. A punch like that is fine, but he just can get way more wittier than that. The storytelling here is like, imagine you used to watching only HBO TV shows and then you go watch a CW show. I mean, that's a little dramatic. It ain't that big of a contrast, but compared to, we don't even have to get into other albums, which definitely don't compare like a Tana Talk 3 or a Plugs, but even just Jermaine's Graduation, where he really put you in his shoes on that song with the level of detail that he got here. I don't love the beat either. Once again, it's fine, but the level of polish to this beat beat. It just seems like a beat that is safe. It feels like a beat that we could have heard on a multitude of different albums. It doesn't sound special to Benny. It ain't bad, but it just ain't good as it can be. This is TMVTL.
Yeah.
See, this is what I want to hear him rapping over, to be honest. A sinister beat.
I'm from where tragedies made us strengthen and casualties don't make a difference. And people who ain't from here can't imagine this way of living.
Come on, man. This is why I say the other stuff is lackluster, because you can call it either a slanted 8-syllable rhyme scheme, or you can call it a 3-syllable internal rhyme scheme with a 4-syllable at the end, and he's throwing like 1 syllable in between both of them. Regardless, it's nuts. And then you just get so much better imagery, even with just 2 bars into the song. The casualties don't make a difference. That complete disregard, the tragedies. Like, he came in here not wasting a word.
She worked at Prince Dorm. He flirt with her now and then. She like him, but she stand firm. She never break a smirk or a smile. Prince playing chess. He thinking fucking a smart though. He hit her once, now ain't got that bitch smuggling smartphones.
Yo, this is so hard, dog. He keeping up the rhyme scheme with, dog, the storytelling right here. I think I see where this is going with the drug dealer getting in good with one of the COs. The CO has his background where she's a little bit more empathetic to the...
He sent that money home so we meet up with Jasmine or re-up again. But nah, shit way too late. She trying to quit, but he wasn't having it. He said if you stop, then I frame you, bitch. That nigga stuck to his word. He did it dirty. He testified on that bitch and he got out early. What's
what happened next, okay?
Same mother, 2 different pops, 2 brothers.
Ow, chill out, Benny, chill out. Yo. This song is hard, dog.
Same mother, 2 different pops, 2 brothers from 2 different blocks is the plot. Some other shit, one a hustler, one in the stocks, that's Lee.
I like this style star flow here and the way that he's using his rhyme schemes to accent it.
Running the streets, but it didn't pop, change his life around. He get props for getting out before it got hot.
This vocal sample right here is so ominous. This beat right here, the beat change in general, crazy.
The truth, when she was 9 months, gave Lee a stroke. She never tried to meet my folks, cause she was somewhere skeeting bro, and the child wasn't his. Played him like a sucker. He popped up to the nursery, killed the baby and his brother. You never know until you know. First thing they teach you when you get status.
Brother, baby? What the baby do?
Cause trust more valuable than love.
You never know. Here's how it went.
Never know. Small time petty thief. Crash dummy pedigree.
Yo.
Might think you gang.
Yo, ow, bro. We get it, dog. We get it. I don't know why Benny disrespected you and decided to do half with Hit Boy and half with you. I knew you was gonna win that fight. I knew. I didn't doubt you. Benny doubted you.
Caught a rapper slipping and put a bullet in the leg of me. The leg of him. Life for like his testament.
Fire. That's so fire. So he's storytelling from the perspective of a dude running down on a rapper stealing his jewelry, and he intentionally slipped up and said, put a bullet in the leg of me. So he's rapping from the perspective of the dude who robbed him. Son, that's crazy.
Now we feeling devilish. Only one way to settle this. The rapper does his homework. He get governments and addresses. Dirty motherfucker when he finally gets sent to jail and have BSF carved in his face with a dirty nail. You never.
Hey, we got one. I hate to be hyperbolic, but that gotta be a top 5 Benny song. It gotta be. That song was stupid. I think Benny is crazy with the storytelling in general, but with him, you normally get these snippets of a story instead of this one cohesive story. He's definitely had moments of it, but I don't think he's ever executed a storytelling song like this. The 3 different stories, 3 different beats. All 3 beats were crazy. If I had to pick one, I think that second beat was the best. Al can get in these trap-inspired vibes. It's really a bad he gets into with Boldy James a lot. But anyways, that second beat with the ominous, super ominous vocal sample was hard. And that story was nuts with the shooter finding out that his girl was cheating on him and the baby wasn't his, and he caps the baby. I think that first verse fit the tone with what we were about to get into with the CO helping one of the inmates, one of the drug dealers, smuggle drugs into the prison, and then the drug dealer turning on her. But then that third verse, man, was so crazy with him starting from the perspective of the dude running down the road. What turns out he was writing about himself in the third person from the other guy's perspective. I think that was a really well written chorus that added a lot to the verses. So the chorus sounded good, but it also pushed forward the narrative of the song. song. Song was phenomenal, man. Best song on the album. It's not even close. Lil Wayne, you did the best you could, but you couldn't see this coming. You know, Wayne, if Benny would have helped you on that song, it probably could have been the best song on here. But as it stands, this right here, this is special. That song is nuts, man. This is back again with Snoop. Dang, man. This is the problem with Al and Hit Boy solely on the album, man. After that last song, I'm not trying to hear Hit Boy. I ain't gonna lie to you. Let's see what it sound like, though.
The butcher
The
coming,
beat's
nigga.
not even bad.
Ain't nothing like that first
I
M.
just ain't trying
Feel
to
like
hear.
I'm going on my second life. At times I was staring down the barrel. I had to get my mirror notice. I won't say it 4 times. Lawn at my crib like a basketball court size. 6 or 7 years I've been running shit and just getting started. Think
like
about it.
that.
A nigga really might be all time.
Y'all know how I do this shit. Gangsters back in this bitch again. Them gangsters back in this bitch again.
Hey, I like that Hit Boy went with these boom bap drums. Hit Boy can really adapt to who he's producing for. It's just a shame he's gonna have to get compared to Alchemist all through this album.
Gangsters back in this bitch again.
They're 2 different artists you shouldn't compare. I don't have no issue comparing no artist and no other artist.
To my niggas throwing parties.
Everybody want to say they better than everybody else. We finna break it down.
Used to be a no good stick-up kid. Traded that for a pot. Now when I
like
bring that
this
up,
flow.
y'all getting sensitive. 2 brick equal what my show sell. Money in a suitcase. Like deal or no deal. I was good with no deal.
like
Told you
that.
I did wholesale. It's like,
I like
1
that
city,
too.
too much hate, 3 legends, 4 swords, 4 all this happened. I could picture myself war touring.
He's getting into a different bag with the flows, but I don't think he's sacrificing the storytelling. Now, is it TMVTL? Nah. I think the vivid imagery of his rap career running parallel with his drug dealing career, the imagery of that I think is dope. And then these are some really well-crafted flows. I'm rocking with this.
Gangsters back.
Hey, these reactions been real bipolar, but I'm feeling this song after hating on it 2 seconds in. You know, maybe you shouldn't judge a song 2 seconds in.
Gangsters don't dance. We boogie to the boogie. Bang to the boogie. Boogie. Hey, Benny.
What's the purpose
I
of
told
this?
you, nigga. 15 minutes on the phone. Deal done. No games, man. Boss up,
Bro,
nigga.
in the song, dog.
I told you what I said.
Bro, in the
And I said what
song.
I meant. Now you doing it.
Man, I hit a complete 180 from the first couple of seconds into the song with how I end up feeling. I almost hit another 180 and went back where I started. We're going to get into that. But I thought Benny's verse was really special with those flows without it compromising the content here. I think he sounded perfect over this Hit Boy beat, and this beat ended up being my favorite Hit Boy beat on the album so far, the first 3. I think the drum pattern was dope, and they switched it up slightly a couple of bars into the song. I like the little siren sound in the sample, and then the bass line sounded good. I'm rocking what I heard from Benny and Hit Boy a lot. Snoop Dogg in this song was like the Fast and the Furious series. Like, it was cool at first, but then it was like, who asked for this? Like, I know it's some big names in here, but learn when to call it quits. His little chorus wasn't that good anyway, but it was passable because it was in and out real quick. But then when we started rambling at the end, it was like he was about to start rapping, and then he just started talking, and turns out he was talking about nothing. I'm not really feeling that, but hey, it wasn't enough to ruin the song, man. Benny and Hit Boy carried. They were gonna invite Snoop. They probably should just kept it to, 15, 20 seconds max, but just give us Fast and Furious, Too Fast, Too Furious, maybe Tokyo Drift, and stop at 4. But good song, man. This is 1 Foot In with Stove God Cooks, who refuses to drop an album.
Come through.
I don't know if I want to hear Stove God on the Hit Boy beat.
I don't care about none of that. They got everybody can't go and you probably won't make
It's
it.
a pretty
I
good
whipped that
guitar
powder the
sample, though.
glaciers and found the oasis. My history of street dealer narcotics on paper.
Yo, this is a slanted 5-syllable rhyme scheme right here. Hi, Benny.
I'm cutting more times than Kyrie been traded. Yeah, I was 1 foot out the game after that freestyle with Flex.
punch.
I was 1 foot in the door at Jay-Z house for West. Now you see how I clean house and see wild success.
Oh, yeah,
a rapper
this
never reached out.
fire.
He either see now or death.
That's
I'm getting
a
big in the
fire
paint.
rhyme
I'm
scheme
on
and flow, man. That was dope.
put rapper heads on walls like TV mounts for checks. You beat out the best and then you weed out the.
Some of this punching is a little basic to me, on his standards at least.
I had 1 foot in and 1 foot out, 1 foot in and 1 foot out, 1 foot in.
And you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. What kind of chorus is this, dog?
Price going up, better believe it, he said. Cocaine water waves still splash till we seasick. See you feeling like a setup? Nigga, shut up. You say the wrong number, I might get up. I hear these niggas new get up. It sound real stoked.
I don't know if that was a crazy enough line to cut the beat out, but Stove got that charisma though, so he can do what he wants.
I'ma let up, M boy. I'm just quiet with this cash money. I'm slim boy. These
Nah, that's cold. I'm quiet with this cash money. I'm Slim. Slim, did he found Cash Money? But Slim, the executive on Cash Money Records, but he don't really be in the public face like how Birdman be or Lil Wayne.
10 bricks a boy look like cinnamon. It was his own niggas that did him in. So I keep my circle small. Have my young boy run up on you clowns and shoot the circus up. I got 1 foot in the door and 1 foot on the raw.
I had 1 foot in the door and 1 foot on the raw. Talking about he stepped on the coat.
I had 1 foot out the door. My whole team was selling dog. I was rapping still straddling the fence.
I do like my team was selling dogs, selling heroin, and I was straddling the fence because like dog fence wordplay. But other than that, take this chorus out back and yeller it while we talking about dogs.
Out, 1 foot in, and 1 foot out, 1 foot in, and ain't nobody know.
Man, I can get behind everything except for this chorus, man. Benny been hit or miss, mostly missing with the choruses. TMVTL had such a good chorus. I feel like it kind of make up for at least about 3 bad choruses on this album. And I guess some of them cancel out like reciprocal fractions. But as said, I think the rapping on here was dope. Benny definitely had the better verse of the two. Stove Guy, he started out kind of slow, but he had 2 really dope punches I thought picked everything up. The bricks are raw looking like cinnamon, or I guess 3. So the bricks are raw looking like cinnamon, the brownish color of the bricks when it's pure. Then the 1 foot in the door, 1 on the raw, stepping on the coat, flip right there. And then that I'm quiet with the cash money, I'm Slim. But before that, I think he had good rhyme schemes, but his lines were kind of light, especially compared to the level of imagery that Benny got in with his verse. And this is the first song where Benny's talking about having 1 foot in the rap game and 1 foot in the drug game. But I think this is a topic that he normally can cover well because it lets you get into both lanes, both of his personas, the rapper, successful persona, and then that drug dealer on Montana Block persona. I think it's the area where he thrives at. I think the beat was cool, but it was just that it was cool. The sample wasn't nothing crazy. Guitar sample sounded good, but I really just don't think it's any denying that Benny sounds good over a certain type of beat, and it's the beats that Al gets into more than it's the beat that Hit Boy gets into. The chorus was mind-numbingly simple and stupid. I think it held back the song, but not too much, not to the point where the song wasn't enjoyable. But Benny, with some of these chords, I'd rather him just do the underground rapper special where you don't even have no chorus, you just have a DJ scratching as the chorus. But pretty good song, man, mostly because of the dope verses. This is Buffalo Kitchen Club with Armani Caesar. Armani, please don't ruin this.
This shit is mental, not physical. Glide through the pressure, elliptical. He like what he's seeing is visual. I make that dick disappear, it's a miracle.
This is a good flow. I think these lines is kind of basic. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I like the flow.
Killing you, hoes, take it literal. Shooting your shot at a bitch like me, gon' cost about $1 million minimum.
Cap.
Red Creed, and he hit it hard like Adonis. I leave him soaked and astonished. My team on violence.
Do white people wear a vintage Creed? Is that a black scent? Like, I only know black people who wear Creed. Y'all let me know.
Hands they wear less the money, and they come from who ain't got no money. Left mine in escrow and I never touch it. Cause when Pac died, he ain't have 100. Sold out a show on my first day in Europe. All that hate coming from home, I can hear it. I don't do auctions, I don't do CarMax. To the R-rate from the RS. Our first date we had car sex. I put glass on the corner like car wrecks. Invite me in, I might bring a scale over.
That line's kind of basic, but I put glass on the corner, meth on the corner like car wrecks. I like that.
I done brought so much cartel yola that they start treating us like shareholders. Niggas resent me cause they just a tear lower. No sympathy, won't shed a tear for you. No weaknesses, I'm not a fair shower. I ate that pussy up, got my little big growing 5'5".
Man, I'm starting to realize I think having a kid made me soft because like I'm a new person when it comes to my Armani Caesar hate. Armani Caesar is growing on me. Like I don't hate her anymore. I'm okay with that verse. Like I don't love it, but I really like that flow, and I thought she had a lot of charisma on here. I think the bars, she can step those up because she said a lot of basic stuff, and I think her punches were kind of light, but the overall vibe that I got from her verse, the flow, the delivery, I thought that was tough. I thought Benny clearly had the better verse. He's just a better rapper, but I thought his flows were equally as good. That part when he started talking about the CarMax and the car sex and all the RS, RA, all that stuff, I thought that little middle part of the verse was kind of light, and I think his flow was a little choppy when he got to that part, but other than that, I thought he had a tough verse. The beat here was sick. I think on just the first 2 songs, Hit Boy had the better beat out of the 2, and since then it's been all Alchemist. Dope piano sample. I like that bass line. And and then the drums had your head nodding. That's certainly not the most lyrical song, but I think that's gonna get a lot of spins from me. I rock with that song a lot. This is Pillow Talking Slander with Jada and Babyface Ray.
8 sardines out the can, my birthdays ain't have a party. So apologize for what? I'm too rich to say sorry. Wrote a letter to the streets, addressed it, whom it may concern. Everybody can't go, and that shit I had to learn. I be back with my bullshit when the beef get confirmed. I lay on a nigga like Cat Williams perm. Walk the path of a king. First I saw it in my dreams, now it's happening.
For New York dudes to be saying pause all the time, lay on dudes is wild slang. That's crazy.
I left Ashland FCI, met a plug and then got on. I could have made my brother rich, that nigga died before I got home.
Man, I'm rocking with the content. He talking, but it's just the rapping take a huge step down when he go from the Alchemist beats to the Hit Boy beats. It's like Hit Boy turning to the Monstars when Benny get on his beat. I mean, it's probably just some producers and rappers, they synergize and they make each other better, and some of them not so much.
Identity sealed behind that mask cause he cutthroat. She put some in her bag and some in her purse, so I don't trust hoes. I usually judge these niggas by the taste of they watch. And then the pandemic hit, they started faking me out.
I'm cool with not hearing that verse again.
Niggas from the sandbox turn into your rival, cause they watch you put the work in, then they feel entitled. Pillow talking slander, but they don't wanna try you. It's about what I could teach you, not what I could buy you. What I'm capable of doing, sitting in the spot with the work and the gun out. At the end, the true colors always gonna come out.
If I could
Real
talk
shit.
to the
Look, the Hit Boy songs, they alright, they cool, but they just alright and cooling me to death. Benny is a good enough rapper where him at 70% is fine, but it's just not ideal. He's giving you that real talk in there, but it's hard to settle for that when you have a song like TMVTL where he's giving you even more content and none of the rapping, none of the flows, none of the rhyme schemes are watered down. And on this song, it feels watered down. The beat's cool from Hit Boy. It's not nearly as good as the last Alchemist beat. It's an okay sample. I think Jadakiss had the best verse on here. I think his verse had the best delivery, and I like the content from him. Babyface Ray, he was out of his weight class. He's just not on the same caliber as Benny or Jadakiss. I do like the fact that his content merged with the content of Jada and Benny, but he's just not offering a lot as far as technical rapping, and he's not offering anything that's better or unique from Jada or Benny besides name. It's fine but uninspiring. This is how to rap.
you niggas. Yo, I remember standing on that block just like yesterday.
Burden of proof too.
Pull up with the captain, then I run. I turned the street shit into corporate, a pot to an office. I give you how to be a rapper 101. First you gotta be nice with it. I built my shit ciphering.
Man, I can't place it, but it sounds like one of the beats off of one of the Nas joints. No, it don't. It sounds like the first beat off of Burden of Proof. What's that song? Yeah, I know exactly what it sounds like. This sounds like the title track off of Burden of Proof, the very first song.
Closer to your dream now. You ready for a team now. Niggas who keep you focused, the only ones you should be around. I chose the hustlers who was with me holding the streets down. We making dope money off of an MP3 file. Now you go crazy.
The content's fine, it's just watered down.
Your old hoes gotta hit your manager to reach her. Your niggas think you changed, nah, that change makes you a thinker. You seen this game break the best of them. It's getting deeper. Remember the state, they probably thought this was a coke song, cause so far I've been in industry's Omar. Turned this shit into snowfall. Go off every chance that I get, I guess I'ma show off. When I was up and coming, I had your favorites up and running. Had them dodging features with me. When my album dropped, they ducking. I do press runs, they get quiet. Around that time, I don't hear nothing. When they drop, I'm in they city. I'm outside like I've been hunting.
Yo, I can't believe none of the Griselda dudes when they say people be ducking their release dates, because they be ducking their own release dates. When the last time one of them dropped when they was supposed to drop?
Don't leave no money on the table. Let's meet and discuss the budget. If they let me go today, my own career, I can fund it. How they
This is more pretty good rapping over a pretty good beat. For me, this feel like Burden of Proof 2, and that's not necessarily a good thing. Burden of Proof Deluxe Edition, as far as the Hit Boy songs go. Benny gives you good content. I like the concept of the song. The execution just feels dry because you don't get any of the standout talents of Benny on these songs. You don't get any crazy lyricism. You don't get any crazy imagery. He's just not as good when he's in this bag as opposed to when he's in that grimier bag with the Alchemist. Beat was fine, you know, pretty basic sample with the chops. It sounded just like the verse part of the beat Burden of Proof on the album Burden of Proof. Whatever, man. This is Griselda Express with Westside Gun, Conway the Machine, and Rick Hyde. Which one of these is not like the other?
I'm the one who coined the gritty slogan. The butcher coming, GXF, semicolon, BSF, Griselda Express. How many really rode? I lost count when I dropped BOP.
That was trippy with his voice coming in on both sides of the headphones.
Niggas who brag they never took deals, getting cooked still, and my foot still on rappers' necks who got they hand-me-down careers from the Goodwill. I'm betting masters to a few of my classics. Bank cost not plastic, the plug series mine. And that's why you can only pray y'all can catch us. They hate on the great, so just make you some cake and pay all your taxes.
Why shoot like that? Shoot like that? Why shoot like that? Shoot like that?
They gonna need something different than this,
Why
though.
shoot like that?
This engineering is bad.
Maybach truck got the bitch piling. Hopped out the two-tone ballistic ski mask smiling. Why shoot like that? Shoot like that? Why shoot like that?
That's not a real verse from Westside Gun. There's no way that's a real verse.
Niggas ain't authentic, niggas wanna be. My reputation precedes me, I need at least 100 piece your worth wrong. Niggas think they rappers cause they verse long.
Yeah, his delivery's good, but the technical rapping just ain't there, man.
Brown like earth tones, I turned that to a
Green off of brown like earth tones is crazy. That is a sick line. Money from Brown, which I'm assuming he's talking about heroin. That's crazy.
Fiend bought me a Samsung in a blender like a housewarming. Gave that nigga 6 bags out the bundle, he was out for it. It was so worth it. K9 unit, because the dog working. Straight yams, 20-piece tender that serve a sole purpose. Sawed off, call it Marsha Brady, cause the nose broken. Shoot that shit in California, hurt that shit in Hope.
Hey, Rick brought it back together, dog. I didn't like how he started it, but hey, he got it back together.
Pulled a McLaren, blue and orange, I'll leave the doors up. It looked like Pat Ewing getting his warm up. Just like the best run I had in some years. Customers loyal like Spike Lee. We was selling Madison Square.
We was selling Madison Square is a fire way to end that punch. But the blue and orange line of Star, I did like this at first, but that's before he brought the whole scheme together. Then he said the Spike Lee be at the Knicks game, and then the Madison Square Garden, the Knicks playing the Square Garden. That whole Knicks scheme was crazy.
Had a room full of white like Michael Rubin 4th of July party. My bitch got ass like Diana Ross' daughter. She wanted me to buy a gram of saw for her. Walk good, but that contract ain't on the up and up. Take the money and lead the masters. Take the what? Lead the what? I'm counting up this paper cut. Fuck what I'm bringing to the table when I'm the legs that hold the fucking table up.
All right, man. Hope Griselda ain't losing family recipes, dog. Hey, I was the lightest posse cut they had in a minute. I think everybody who contributed could have did a little bit better. Ain't nobody do the usual numbers. I think the Alchemist beat was fine, but it wasn't the right beat for a 6-minute song. It was too basic of a loop. I thought the strings sounded pretty good, but for it just to carry on for that long a time, it just wasn't enough there. It wasn't an interesting enough beat for that to carry it. I think Benny had the best verse. I think his rhyme schemes were clearly above everyone else's. It's not the best verse that he had on this album, but I thought it was still pretty good. The chorus was borderline offbeat. It honestly felt like when a producer, and like not even a real producer, like one of these YouTube aspiring producers, will make a Griselda song and they'll just take verses and chop them up and put them on their beat. It sounded like this chorus belonged on a different song and they just threw it on this song. It wasn't even mixed well. Rick Hyde started out dumb slow, but I think he really picked it up. That Earth Tones line was hard. He started punching towards the end of this verse. And Conway, I think he was fine. His rhyme schemes were really light, but he did have some standout punches there too. But overall, this is a weaker posse cut. And for it to go on as long as it did, it just wasn't enough there, wasn't enough highlights. Let's close this thing out with Big Tymers.
Niggas beat them cases, they on federal vacations. Don't be out here rapping shit, you know you not. Since a nigga got this buzz, they don't remember who I was. Same one who used to sell the drop. These hoes can't say shit to me, I'm fresh in all Dior. Niggas mad at me cause I got rich and they wrote me off. Niggas mad at me, questions, I ain't nervous, they just fishing. I used to serve the city, they just mad I'm in position. I got it out the
The flow's not the best. The rapping is really light, 2-syllable rhyme scheme, no internal. Content is really watered down compared to most of the content on here. This just ain't it, dog.
Hate to see me win, hate to see me catch a level. Jealousy's the devil, I thought on my way to revel.
I've been with them paranoid. You might lose your life cause we've been through a lot. Really can't afford to make mistakes cause I'm still in the streets. I seen a nigga go through his first case. They did him like he meets. Me, I'd rather stay up out the way. It really ain't that deep. Jump in that thing and whip the titties out like we on Venice Beach. 20 in my pocket like I'm young, but really I'm on G.
Like
Kick back in the slums with all my killers. How I find some peace.
Nah, that ain't it, dog. That ain't it, dog. Hey, let me give Peasy some credit, though. Peasy's verse wasn't a lyrical masterpiece, but he just sounded way more comfortable on this beat. Surprisingly, he had better rhyme schemes than Benny the Butcher, which honestly shouldn't happen. And his imagery was also better than Benny's, which shouldn't happen either. For Hit Boy, this is a mediocre beat, man. This is a basic piano sample. Drums sound like several generic drum patterns on a lot of mainstream songs. I'm not a fan of it. But this was another bad chorus by Benny, and the rapping wasn't good either. I think this is a really weak way to end the album, and it kind of sucks because this album did have some potential. It had some really, really bright spots, but overall, it just felt lackluster. This album's gonna have a lot of the same criticisms that people had with Burden of Proof. I would say the same criticisms as Plugs 2, even though I think Plugs 2 is a little bit better than this, and Plugs 2 is not as bad as the hater gets, in my opinion. But the elephant in the room is Benny wants to switch up his style, and he's just not that great at doing it. That's what it comes down to. Benny is significantly better when he's in the Griselda sound, when he is rapping over more grimy, darker, sinister production, when he is in his street storytelling bag. But where he's not as good is when he's rapping over these polished Hit Boy beats, when he is trying to get in some of these more trap influenced flows, and when he's rapping more present day, this is a lifestyle I live after making all my rap game money. Now, he's a good enough rapper where it doesn't absolutely suck, but there's a clear differential. And the other frustrating part is Benny tried to get in that bag at the beginning of his career. It didn't really pop off. It popped off when he got on the more Griselda traditional sound. And now it seems like he's abandoned it to go to a style that didn't really work in the first place. Hopefully he gets better at it. Most people don't hate that sound in general. He's just not that good at it. Conway does it. Conway does not get hate for From King to a God. Benny just doesn't have that skill set. And I hope he gets it fast or stops. Well, I'll be fine with either or. But I don't want to be too critical because there was a lot of really high highlights here, particularly on the Alchemist produced tracks. I think Alchemist, his first beat, Jermaine's Graduation, which was a good song in and of itself due to the amazing rapping from Benny the Butcher on that song. I think that was his lightest beat, and everything else outside of the Griselda Express track was dope. Then simultaneously on those tracks, we got amazing imagery, amazing rapping from Benny the Butcher, and I think there was no bigger moment on this album than TMVTL. I think that is the best song easily that Benny the Butcher has had since Crowns for King on Plugs, I meant. As hit or miss as this album was, I think that song by itself was worth the cost of admission. I think the features on here, there were some ups, there were some downs. Lil Wayne was a huge highlight on here. Armani Caesar ended up being a highlight, and I think Stove God did his numbers. Unfortunately, the Griselda dudes were a disappointment, and there's just no reason for Snoop on here. Overall, I think Benny just has the talent where he's not going to make a bad album, but I don't think this lives up to his potential. It's a cool album, but he ain't really eat his food like he should have. His crumbs all over the table. It does have TMVTL though. But if you want to see me react to Benny the Butcher's magnum opus, check this video out or check this one out.